Historically, women tested men to ensure they could so that they could ensure that this man would provide protection, resources, and leadership. Even in modern times, this behavior persists as a way to maintain attraction and test resilience. Because in modern times, you're not like fighting off warlords and you're not fighting off lions and stuff like that. We live in a pretty safe culture now, but there are other stresses of life, right? Like what happens when you lose a job and you can't pay the bills? How do you handle that? That's why I have a working hypothesis that most women aren't leaving guys specifically because they lost their job and they don't have money. It's because the guys aren't mentally strong enough to get through that adversity and say, hey, I got a plan. You don't have to worry about it, honey. I got this, because a lot of guys are just mentally not that strong. And a lot of guys will go into depression for losing a job, and then they won't be able to get a job. And then they start beating up on themselves and they basically give up on themselves. So the woman's like, that makes her not feel safe and secure in the relationship. Really has not much. It doesn't have much to do with money. It's how you're handling yourself and dealing with the crappy situation, And so women's instinct to test, it's rooted in their biological need for security and strength in a mate. That's what it is, right? They need to do it to know that you're the guy. You're the guy for them. And is the more you fail these tests, the more she starts thinking you're not that guy, And that's when she starts looking for her better options. Like all these guys complain about hypergamy and they're like, oh, women are always looking to trade up. They're always looking for a better option. Well, if you like consistently show that you're her best possible option, she's not going to be always looking for another best possible option. She's going to be like, no, this guy's the guy. He's the guy. Right? You understand? That's how it works. That's how it works, bro. Hey guys, follow me on social media. The links are in the description. I'm on all the good platforms. I don't know if TikTok's still banned or not. So I'm recording this on Sunday, the 19th. I just recorded, this following Monday's episode. I recorded it with brother David from Beer Club. And it's so weird. Like when I do pre-records, there's this whole space-time continuum thing. But this morning when I woke up, TikTok was banned. And CapCut, my clip editor that I like to use on my phone, was banned because it's also owned by ByteDance, the same company. And then later in the afternoon, TikTok was available, but CapCut still wasn't. And I was like, damn it. Like, I don't really care about TikTok being banned. But CapCut, I use that app so much. And I'm like, damn it, how am I going to get like captions on my social media and stuff like that? I do have some like alternatives. It's just epic pain in the butt right now. But still, for the meantime, I'm on all these other platforms. My biggest following is actually on Facebook. I have the biggest following on Facebook. So give me a follow on all these different platforms in case one of them goes belly up, right? And then get on the email list because you never know when any of these social media platforms are going to be gone. I don't have control over those, but I do have control over my email list. If you like my content, you always want to be informed of where I'm at and where you can follow me. Get on the email list at least, right? And then I'll give you a bunch of free stuff, including my free ebook, She's Made You Weak, which talks about the betatization process, okay? And then if you want to really expand on the idea of the betatization process and really learn how to turn the dynamic around your relationship, get my latest book, Get Her to Fuck You Again. You can get that at books.comeonmanpod.com. That's what we're going over today. We're going over chapter 4. Let me play a commercial for that, and then we'll get back to the topic.
Are you tired of the dead bedroom? Wondering what happened to the passion, the connection, and the spark? Well, here's your answer. Introducing Get Her to Fuck You Again, a red pill guide to fix a dead bedroom, now on Amazon. This isn't about manipulation or tricks. It's about real strategies that work. If your wife has stopped being intimate with you, it's not because the love is gone. It's because the attraction is gone. And that's fixable. This book will teach you the skills to lead your marriage, rebuild your confidence, and become the man she can't stop thinking about. 3 reasons to get this book. 1. It breaks the cycle. You'll learn how to stop doing the same things that are killing her attraction and start doing the things that reignite it. 2. It's practical and proven. With clear, actionable steps, you'll build yourself into the man you were always meant to be. 3. It works for men like you. Paul Bauer has helped hundreds of men just like you fix their dead bedrooms. And now, it's your turn. Don't let another day go by feeling frustrated and disconnected. Go to Amazon right now and buy Get Her to Fuck You Again. Read it, apply it, and watch your marriage transform. The connection isn't gone forever. You just need the roadmap to get it back. And this book is it.
Indeed, indeed. All right. Getting back on topic here. So the next concept is emotional control is the key to passing the test. Basically, she's got to see that she can't throw you off center. She can't rattle you, right? We call this frame, right? If you have strong frame, nothing rattles you, right? Anything outside of your frame, you find it sort of funny and amusing, or funny or amusing, or interesting, right? Well, emotional control is a part of frame, part of having good, solid frame, right? Emotional control is paramount. So emotional control demonstrates stability and reliability, both of which are attractive traits, right? Reacting defensively or emotionally signals insecurity and weakens attraction. Right? When she sees that she can knock you off center, when she can see that she can make you emotional, and by making you emotional, I'm talking about making you mad. Like if she's what she's doing pisses you off, you failed, bro. You failed. Especially if you actively start yelling at her or start arguing with her, or you want to check a bitch. We're past the 8-minute mark. You want to check a bitch, right? And put her in her place and stuff because you're visibly mad, in that tone, and your body expression shows that she got you, bro. She got you pissed. You failed. You failed that test. Okay. So it's paramount that you maintain composure during shit tests because it reassures her of your strength and your leadership capabilities. Okay. One thing I learned from Dr. Robert Glover in Dating Essentials for Men is that women don't want men climbing on their emotional roller coaster. Like, women are naturally emotional beings, and they're like the wind. Their emotions fluctuate like at any given moment throughout the day. Like, it's just because they're pumped full of estrogen, right? So the thing is that they need you. They need to know that someone in the relationship has their feet on the ground, and that's your job as a man. Like, she doesn't want you climbing on her emotional roller coaster. Okay. And so she'll do these little things. She'll do these little things, and she won't even realize she's doing it until you fail. And then she'll know, oh God, there's something about him that seems weak, seems insecure, whatever. Right. So that leads us into the role of agree and amplify. Okay. So this agree and amplify is one of the various methods of handling shit tests. It just happens to be, there's two of them that I like. We'll get into the other one here in a minute. But agree and amplify is probably one of the best ways of handling it, right? So this technique involves agreeing with whatever she says and then exaggerating it humorously, or right? Or humorously, exaggerating it humorously to diffuse the tension, right? So, for instance, I shave my head, I'm bald, right? So a shit test a woman might say is, oh, wow, you're so bald, right? And I'll be like, yeah, I am, but it makes me more aerodynamic, right? Like, it basically, I'm just agreeing with her, and I'm jokingly, amplifying it. The reason why that works so well, though, is it communicates confidence. It shows that the man is unfazed by whatever it is she says, right? You don't get pissed off. You're not bothered by it. All right. And it's also playful. It's a very playful response. And that reinforces a man's emotional strength without coming across as defensive. And that's a big thing. And another thing that, one of the things I also teach guys, also learned this from Dr. Robert Glover, is the concept of the 3 T's, right? Tease, touch, and tell. And those 3 tools help build heat, healthy emotional anticipation, and tension. And the reason why is it like that kind of stuff builds attraction, but teasing, playfully bantering and poking fun at her and busting on her and stuff like that, all that sort of thing boosts attraction because it's part of the 3 T's. Well, agree and amplify sort of allows you to do that, allows you to play with her, allows you to banter with her. So agree and amplify, out of the 2 methods of handling shit tests, Agree and Amplify is the one that probably boosts the attraction the most, right? Because it turns whatever nonsense she says into playful banter, right? So it's one of my favorites. I love doing that one. Before we get into the next one, though, guys, do check out my beer club, beer.comeonmanpod.com. It's a good group of dudes. There's about 50 plus guys in there. It's a Telegram community. Guys are in there swapping notes all the time, holding each other accountable, leveling up in all areas of their lives. It's a phenomenal group of guys. And then once a month, we get together for a video call, which is always fun. And then if you need help, like one-on-one help implementing this stuff, like get the book. Okay. Try implementing it yourself. But if you're struggling putting it into action, book a free call with me. Okay. Go to call.fixdadbedrooms.com and work with me one-on-one for your specific situation. I had a guy last night, one of my newer clients, he and I just started, and his wife was throwing a bunch of crap at him this weekend. And so he was hitting me up like all day yesterday. And I was like, hey, handle it like this, do this, boom, 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 boom. This morning, he's like, dude, thank you so much for being there for me and getting me through that situation. He's like, she responded so well to this sort of thing. And I was like, that's the idea, bro. So if you do work with me, if you do book a coaching call with me, we have weekly calls. We'll actually get together once a week and go over certain elements, but you have access to me one-on-one over Telegram all the time. So if you ever run into roadblocks with your wife, just shoot me a message. Like, I don't know how to deal with this. Like, I got you, bro. All right. So the next concept here is the other way that I like to handle shit tests, right? Which is the power of indifference, right? So you have agree and amplify, and you have act indifferent. So indifference, it signals emotional detachment and self-assurance, right? So traits women actually find that deeply attractive. If they could throw a barb at you and you're so unfazed by it that it's just doesn't even bother you, right? Like you just sort of, like, let's say you're driving in the car. You're driving in the car and she's like, are you sure you know where you're going? Right? Basically, that kind of question would piss off a lot of guys because that sort of is questioning their manhood. Hey, I'm driving here. I'm a man. I always know where I'm going. We always know where we're going, right, guys? Anyway, to have her even question you on that, it's almost like she's stepping on your manhood. So a lot of guys will take that very offensive. They'll get very offensive with that sort of question, and or defensive with that sort of question, and they will get offended by that, and they'll fuck you. Of course I know where I'm going, whatever. But if you just go, yep, I know exactly where I'm going, like as a very matter of fact, that's acting indifferent, right? You're not really like engaging in an argument. You're not getting defensive. You're just, yep, I know how to get there, So that's one way of handling those tests too, right? So responding calmly without validation seeking reinforces a man's masculine frame. Because if you sit there and argue with her and you start defending why you're going where you're going and how you're driving and whatever, now you're making her the judge of what's going on in this situation, right? It becomes validation seeking because you're seeking her buy-in on your decision to drive where you're going. Right? You don't need her fucking buy-in. You know where you're going. So you're not even playing that game. You're just saying, yep, I know where I'm going. Right? So indifference keeps the emotional dynamic balanced, right? Preventing overreactions and tension. Right? That's another reason why that works. This is probably going to be a short episode today. Because I'll probably get through these fast because I'm not dealing with you guys in the comments. So if that's the case, that's fine. Like we can have short episodes every once in a while. It's just more important that you guys get the information, right? The next concept here is avoiding defensive reactions. So I have a whole chapter on deering and the nice guy trap, right? But a lot of guys, even with a standard shit test, they end up defaulting to deering, which is defend, explain, excuse, rationalize, right? They're basically trying to justify whatever they're doing to their wife and getting her buy-in, which you're not really using hypergamy to your advantage. You've got to have the mindset that a king doesn't have to explain himself to his subjects.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe now.